Yes and no, right? Like,
Okay.
so to me, there are there's plenty of cases where sensor fusion is actually important because, like, take produce as an example. If you didn't have any, there's a lot of produce that is charged by weight. There's a lot of produce that's charged by eaches.
Hmm.
Now, you could say
Hmm.
that if I had a camera system, I could basically say that I will convert everything that is charged by weight into a charge by eaches, and I would charge for that. You could do that. It is doable. But then you have to now convert.
Yeah. Change your
You have to
operation
like, and
completely.
good luck trying to do that with green beans.
Right.
Like, good luck doing that with sort of, sprigs of asparagus or bunches of cilantro. There's a bunch of things where, like, people don't realize that, like, like groceries are very complicated. And like when you think about computer vision,
Oh
you
yeah.
have to take into account all of these nuances. So like, it is not to say that sensor fusion is holding things back. The combination is that, is there a sensor that is uh, appropriate for the task at hand, and does it give you the information necessary to be able to make whatever decisions that you need to make? And in some cases, because you think, like, in a stadium, we have, people are making burgers at the back and they're throwing it down the chute so that you can just grab one thing in there. Well, but the surface is hot. You really can't put any sensors. Even if you could sort of put a sensor in there, it's just not practical. So
Hmm.
there's a bunch of things where, or when you're grabbing a drink, there's a bunch of things where, we have worked on a large set of algorithms to be able to cover these types of use cases without requiring any sensors. But in the cases where you do require it, it is useful because it's a good complement. So, the camera is sort of
Right.
providing a piece of the information, the sensor on the shelf is providing a piece of information, and between the two of them, they can arbiter. That's why the cart also is helpful, because the cart
Right.
actually has it's a weighing
Cart's
system
doing that
plus a
too,
camera
right?
system
Hmm.
all in one, so that you don't have to. Otherwise, the option would be that you would have to use one of those scales in the store in
Right.
addition to using the cart. So the cart is a much more self-contained system in
Yeah.
that regard.
And it comes back to the idea that the cart is the better solution for the
Right.
larger format grocery store, right? Okay.
Right. And like, in a small format store, there's not a lot of items that are sold by weight. In a large
Hmm.
format store,
Hmm.
there's a bunch of items that are sold by weight. There's a bunch of items that are sold by eaches, and it's just normal. That's how you
Right.
buy things. That's how stores have traditionally sold items. And we've all sort of been trained to know that certain things are priced by eaches and certain things are priced by weight.
Right.
And so when you look at these things, so it's not that sensor fusion holds it back or not. It's that if you were to add a sensor, is it useful? And does it provide some incremental value that you couldn't normally get
Hmm.
using whatever other sensors that you're using?